Hey there, Tuba Knights, it's your friendly neighborhood flash in the pan. Today, as you can tell by the title, we are discussing the Smith & Wesson Model 642. This is a hammerless J-frame 5-round revolver. I picked this up back in January of this year, I think it was. I got this off of Brownells. At the time they had it for like $400, $410, something like that. I've always wanted one of these. You go back to like the Chief Special, the Model 10, kind of those older, small 5-round snub nose revolvers that you saw like all the detectives carry back in the old movies and stuff like that. And so for me, it was always kind of like just a fun gun. Just to have, you know, not necessarily a purpose pistol. However, when I finally got it and I realized how small it actually is, I was like, man, I bet that would be super comfortable to carry. So that's exactly what I've been doing. And of course, this video is about the first range trip I had, so that tells you that I've been carrying it without ever having shot it. That being said, now that I have shot it, I am perfectly happy with this. This thing is outstanding. Obviously it's double action only, which can be difficult if you don't get used to it. So I did some dry firing in preparation, but what's really nice for me, so hold on a sec. Well, you've seen my Taurus, my big boy. All right, now that's an 8-round revolver, which is why I bought it. So it's kind of the Taurus version of an end frame, but in 357 Magnum. So that's how they're able to get those 8 shots in it. So the thing about this, because it has 8 chambers, right? So when you shoot, just watch. Well, can I do this? How can I do this? So the actual rotation portion of the trigger fire is really short, but there's still a pretty good stack up there, right? So you kind of hold it there, and then it's still kind of heavy. Now it's not bad, and especially because this gun is so heavy, like even shooting 357 out of it, it's not bad. It's a super fun gun to shoot with. Shooting 38s out of this though is almost a joke. Like, it feels like a toy. What was super fun to find out with this is I was just shooting little 130 grain, just range ammo, 130 grain Aguila, however you pronounce it. I think it's Aguila. This thing, it's not hard to handle. It's so much fun. It's the perfect amount of, I won't say the perfect amount of recoil. Obviously the perfect amount of recoil is 0, but it's a lot more fun than I thought a gun this size would be. But shooting it, so this is what I was bringing you to with that one. So with this guy, you get almost all the way back. Look where my finger is, all right? So we're done with the rotation part of the trigger pull. So right now I'm just right on the cusp of firing, but I'm almost all the way back. And then it's not quite a single action trigger at that point, but it's really, really controllable. So you can really stack up, right? You're shooting, you get there, click. And it's a very short pull to that actual firing phase of this gun. Shooting this with 38s is a lot like shooting this with 357. I'm talking pure fun factor here. It is so much fun. I don't know how much of it's going to come across in the video. I could see it while shooting. There's little fireballs coming out of the cylinder side and the barrel. It was so much fun. My son had the same reaction. He was a little intimidated because it didn't have a hammer. He's used to shooting this guy where he can just cock the hammer and shoot it, which is, you know, it's more fun to make an accurate shot, and I have to pull through all that double action trigger. But I've seen these. I think Smith & Wesson is doing it right now. They have rebates going on right now for all of their revolvers, and trust me, I've been tempted. I just saw this last week, they had the 637, so it's the same gun except it's the hammered model, for like $360, and I was like, ugh. I think the gun fund can support it, so I almost bought it, but we'll see. That'll come back around. That's not a need now that I have this and I like it so much, but I still want it just because that's the more accurate, even though it's the stainless model, but it's the more accurate hammered version of the, you know, the old detective special stuff, small J-frames from back in the day. Anyways, I realize as a revolver, rounds are limited if you're going to carry this. However, this is so much more comfortable to carry than a lot of other guns. And as Uncle Hickok likes to say, it's the gun that you have that matters as compared to not having one at all. So if it's so uncomfortable that you don't carry it, then what's the point of having it? It's not going to help you if you don't have it. So in this case, it's a lot more comfortable to carry. It's a lot more concealable. There's a little kind of, to quote Nothing Fancy, second kind of cool to it. It's not, you know, your vanilla milk toast Glock 19. There's nothing wrong with those. They're outstanding guns. I have one. I love it. But, you know, it kind of more of maybe a barbecue gun of sorts kind of thing. I don't know. I like it. It was a blast to shoot. We put around 50 rounds through it. So this isn't made for like long, heavy, sustained fire. So I wasn't trying to beat up on it, especially on the first time out. But put about a box through it, and it worked great. No problems. I don't know how much it'll show up on video. Where my son was shooting, he was having a little trouble getting used to that trigger. I did okay. You know, it's a freaking, what, 2.5 inch barrel. We were shooting at about 7 yards or 10 yards. We were shooting at 7 yards, if that matters to you. So, I mean, the realistic distance of this is about that at best. So being able to shoot relatively okay at that distance is just fine. If you have the means and it's something you've been looking at anyway, I recommend go ahead and getting one. Right now with those rebates going on, it's a good time to get one. There's so many good purposes for this, man. Purse gun, car gun, you know, whatever. Like something you can just tuck away somewhere and have it ready and, you know, not have to worry about it so much. But anyways, I'm babbling now. Please enjoy the video, and as always, thanks for watching.
Shoot that at number 4. That's my Glock 115. Got an empty chamber in it? No. Yeah, that's for the exact manufacturer and then
That's nice.
But on a good day, you can do that for so this is the one that I would defend my house with. Peter or Valerie, God forbid. It's just the one that I know I won't miss. The one that works for me. There you go, Chief.
Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna
Oh, that's
don't you have a bucket?
When folks are collected brass, like 9mm, I just push it all up. And they...
Good weekend.
You too, my friend.
About last 25 something like that. The pistols, especially just starting, especially like 3 to 5 yards, it's going to be probably the most contact zones if you ever have to use it. So, and then move over to the pistol. Almost one whole weapons pointed down range at all times. Not up at the ceiling or at the floor, but ricochets, pass-throughs. So berm right there can stop up to 50 BMG, so that's what we're going on. Second thing is if your pistol isn't in the case, just don't break behind it. No problem. There we go. And one thing I forgot to mention is that for your extra target, I got 2 metal hooks right behind you on the left side. So you can use them. I love it.
Okay, thanks.
Yeah.
And this is the first windshield.
That was 5, right? I wasn't counting.
I'm not sure. Anyway, this is still got
That was 4. That was definitely. That's 5, right?